So we all know that Blair Waldorf isn't your typical NYU student, or isn't a typical college student at all.
Well, that's a lovely epiphany.
So I'm sure we're all wondering, I was wondering, like, who's Blair Waldorf going to be when she goes to college? What is going to happen to the headband? Is she going to wear the headband? Is she not going to wear the headband?
Patience, love. The sooner we get there, the sooner the jig is up.
The headband has kind of become its own thing and kind of its own character on the show. I think it's Blair's security blanket. It empowers her and makes her feel complete. In season 2, she was wearing a lot of like plaid headbands and more schoolgirl headbands and patent leather headbands with bows. And I really wanted to try to take it to a more adult level.
Oh, really? I hate that stupid headband! Oh, my headband!
And I was out shopping the streets of New York one day and I came across this beautiful cream-colored python headband. It's an exotic skin, it's in a neutral color, it's quite expensive. For me, just kind of embody like what this headband should be and how Blair would rock it.
Let's make it clear from the start. We don't know each other here.
In season 2, we saw her in lots of like flirty little girl skirts, flimsy little bow blouses. She's always kind of severe in her clothing, and it's always kind of buttoned up, or she's very sexy and could either go either way. As her evolution into NYU and wanting to be the reigning queen of NYU, like she was at Constance Billard, I was thinking it should be very sleek, very minimal, linear clothing that's almost architectural in design.
Okay. Screening's over. The cocktail party has officially begun in the common room.
So I found this beautiful purple dress, has a great sheen to it, still stays within Blair Waldorf's color palette of like royal purple, majestic purple, if you will. But the lines here are very severe, and again, very minimalist and architectural. So it's giving her this kind of embodiment and feels like she's going to be in power, and it's kind of like anti-NYU. Blair, for me, is always kind of dressed up. She's always like on parade. I'm trying to keep this new Blair streamlined and minimal and linear. I found this perfect day dress. Most people at home are thinking that's not a day dress, but for Blair Waldorf it is, and this is how she rolls, and she would wear, you know, a beautiful brocade dress from Burberry that has the lines that I was talking about earlier, that is cinched, that has a belt, and then of course she'd wear a beautiful brooch from Alexis Bittar. So the perfect Blair Waldorf day look for a day in the city with Sarita Vanderwoodson, or with Chuck Bass. We knew last season that he finally admitted that he loved her and actually said it. And the first time we kind of see them together, I wanted to kind of morph their characters into one pairing. I created a color palette of navies and golds. Here, Chuck is wearing a double-breasted Brooks Brothers jacket with a beautiful Tiffany brooch. She's wearing a brooch, he's wearing a brooch. It's insane.
Let's go home.
While we're on the topic of Chuck Bass, we might as well talk about his amazing evolution. Chuck Bass is a fashion icon for menswear. I love him. He's one of my favorite characters to dress. It's so much fun. Season 2, he's very urban dandy. He was very like King of New York, waltzing around, and now he's taken over Bass Industries. He's becoming this giant business tycoon. And I was watching the movie Wall Street one night, and Gordon Gekko, Michael Douglas's character, came on screen. It all of a sudden just made sense. It was like banker shirts and paisley ties and suspenders and gold cufflinks. It is a very Gordon Gekko-inspired Chuck Bass, but it is also Chuck Bass. Everyone's kind of trying to find themselves in the beginning, and everyone's kind of making a statement in their wardrobe and in their fashion as to who they are becoming and what that means for them as their character. So a lot to see. It's going to be a really exciting, really great fashion, fabulous season.